Hello. Welcome back to more '05.
Hell yeah.
It's SummerSlam.
The biggest party of the summer goes show.
Oh my. We have 10 matches for you tonight. You can see them laid out there.
Almost all of them. One versus one. Mano a mano. Or, okay, I don't know the female version of that.
Womano on mono.
Womano. Womano, yeah.
Yeah. We are in the MCI Center in Washington, D.C., America.
The home of Dave Bautista,
Right on.
our world's heavyweight champion.
The home of Americana, the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship. You wanna just hop into it and we'll talk about shit as it goes?
Sounds good to me.
Let's fucking do it. Ignore this. This didn't happen. You're not seeing anything. You have no eyes.
Oh, baby face tonight! Woo!
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 Enjoy the show, everybody! Woo!
Woo! Alright, cool. Moving on. Hey, welcome to Then Now Forever.
Down, down, down.
I thought you were about to start into like that one song from the fucking Lord of the Rings. You were like, down, 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 down.
I'm sorry, Tucker. I'm afraid to report I've never watched The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's getting that a lot lately. It's weird. It's pretty fucking weird, actually. Anyways,
True.
a picture of Vince McMahon. He's on your screen.
Worship him.
And now we have the video highlights for all of our matches, showcased by our two world champions.
Should we talk about our two world championship matches tonight?
I'm game if you are.
I'm not Triple H, and Triple H isn't here today. Speaking of Triple H, he was on our last pay-per-view, Vengeance, which also included John Cena versus Muhammad Hassan.
Okay, thank you for that. So tonight, John Cena defends his WWE Championship against Chris Benoit. Jesus, how the hell did I almost forget? What the fuck?
That's not a good sign.
Not like we haven't been talking about that for like nearly a year.
Most
in
of
game.
them. Yeah, this match honestly is one of the most anticipated on my end that we've gotten to book.
It'd be phenomenal. And Batista is defending against Kurt Angle. Puddy, you want to run down the SmackDown side, and I'll run down Raw.
Sure. So last time on pay-per-view, we had Batista versus JBL versus Chavo Guerrero, a very controversial Great American Bash main event, where it looked like Chavo Guerrero was in the driving seat until he was betrayed by his uncle Eddie. We will get more in detail on that a lot later. But most importantly, the result of that match was Batista dominantly defeating both men. JBL, however, was not happy and requested a rematch he eventually got. No holds barred. A brutal affair that Batista eventually came out on top. Meanwhile, Kurt Angle has been on one hell of a roll at the Great American Bash. He beat The Undertaker. And I think the most telling thing about that victory is that nobody was really surprised. Kurt Angle's a hell of an athlete, on top of his game. He's been brutal and ruthless lately, but one thing he's added is heart. He's been visited by his old protege, Shelton Benjamin, and his mother, who is a good friend of Kurt Angle, over the last few weeks, and it has given Kurt Angle even more motivation to chase that World Heavyweight Championship. He faced off with Shelton Benjamin in the number one contenders match a few weeks ago, a great match that Kurt ultimately came out on top. Now two of the strongest athletes on SmackDown are going one-on-one for Dave Bautista, one of the most dominant champions of our era. It is a massive test. Kurt Angle is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Can he become world champion yet again tonight?
And so on the Raw side, John Cena, he defeated Muhammad Hassan to retain his WWE Championship at Vengeance. Then afterwards, fought Daivari on the show afterwards, and it was after that match that Cena came face to face with the man who would attempt to stake his claim as his next major contender, Chris Benoit. The two, for the most part, were semi-respectful between each other, with Cena talking about Benoit's hustle and Benoit's loyalty. However, Cena feeling that he really lacked seeing that respect aspect from Benoit, and Benoit respecting that Cena is the champion, but kind of possibly insinuating that he might be a little bit of a. I mean, I would just put it plain and simply. He might think he's a little bit of a fluke, bit of a paper champion, if you will. Benoit. He's seen some stuff. He's been through some stuff, and I think he just believes that John Cena lacks the ruthless aggression to really be a dominant top-tier world champion. Tonight I think we get our answer. Is John Cena really that guy?
A big test for both of our new stars there.
Right on. Moving on to our opener, Cruiserweight tag team action.
Nope.
And so Jim Ross wins the Cruiserweight title. He beats Funaki for it. Hugo Savinovich, though, runs away with the title. We'll see you on SmackDown.
Yep. It's actually a single... This is also
still isn't this match. What the fuck? Well, how many angles do we have before this fucking match?
This is the last one. Hogan welcomes everyone to Summerslam, and of course, what Tucker meant to say is we have a Cruiserweight triple threat match for the singles championship.
That's what I said.
Tajiri, Rey Mysterio, and Gregory Helms.
That's what I've been saying the entire time. I don't know what you... He's crazy. He's lost it.
Yeah, I've lost it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Speaking of losing it, haha, Ray.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ray loses it to Gregory
There you
Helms
go.
when he beats Tajiri with the Eye of the Hurricane.
And new.
Yeah, first time ever, Gregory Helms.
No, third time.
What?
It's his third reign with the title.
How is it his third reign with the title?
He won 2 in 2000, 2001. One is the Hurricane,
so that's
one is...
2001, that'd be WCW, so no.
Was he ever the Hurricane in WCW?
No, never.
So he won it once in WWE then, because he's won it once as the Hurricane.
Okay.
Also, I'm sure the WCW reigns are counted, right?
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't count them because we're not WCW, and I don't care what they did.
Gotcha. Well, first time as Greg... Wait, was he Shane Helms in WCW?
Yeah, he would have been, Sweet Shane Helms. Sugar Shane Helms? One of the two.
This is his first reign as Gregory Helms.
It's time. Go ahead, Puddy.
So, yeah, I mean, Amy Weber is about to ask Shawn Michaels about his big match with Randy Orton tonight when they are interrupted by the man himself. Orton brawls with Shawn all through the arena.
Oh, you hear them. They're coming to take Orton away, man. Oh, man.
And then Shawn, gets RKO'd on some stage equipment.
Oh.
And he looks really badly hurt.
This son of a bitch. I mean...
My God.
You guys saw, for the most part, what had occurred at the Vengeance pay-per-view when Shawn Michaels stopped Randy Orton from doing something.
Killing Triple H.
Yeah, to Triple H. We didn't really know what it was, but this feud has only gotten further out of control since then. Shawn Michaels claiming it wasn't personal. It was just personal business. And Randy Orton taking it out personally. We take a look at all these celebrities in the crowd. And in the crowd, we see Ken Kennedy with Booker T's ex-wife, Charmel.
Oh my God.
That son of a bitch. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you underestimate Rene Dupree, Tucker?
I underestimated Ric Flair, really.
Woo! So, very quickly into this match, Ric Flair attempts to use the ropes as leverage.
They know he's cheating. They're coming for Rick as well.
Rene rolls out of the ring and grabs the microphone and says, Rick, I know you've got a playbook this big, but I need you to wrestle me straight up. because I don't want to be known as the guy who beat that old man who used to hang around with Evolution Rick. I want this to be the night that I beat the 16-time world champion, the styling, profiling, limousine riding son of a gun, who is a 16-time world champion, one of the best in his business. So Rick, for my sake and for your legacy, let's not devolve to that, okay? And then they wrestle a pretty good match where Rick seems fired up by said comments, but he does lose to Rene Dupree.
Loire Valley Clutch, baby. LVC from RSD.
Hell yeah.
Backstage, the Legion of Doom cut a promo on Eminem. They're coming for him this Tuesday. I was going to say Sunday. They're coming for him.
It's also Thursday.
Oh, well, the Tuesday. But anyway. Yes, Road Warrior Animal and Road Warrior Shark. They're ready. They're ready to destroy Eminem, the pretty boys of the tag team division. It's time for shit to get real again.
Feel the rush.
What a rush indeed.
Shawn Michaels is in the doctor's office. They're checking his eyes. He looks out of it. He looks severely concussed.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
He's supposed to wrestle later, JR.
Against Randy Orton, who, if you build a superstar from the ground up, it looks like him.
Yeah, this did okay.
Oh no, is this Edge and Lita? Oh, face heel divide. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, ignore it. They have great chemistry though, so that's
excellent.
Yes, so this match is for the Intercontinental Championship, not that United States Championship. It didn't say it, so I got confused. Is this match for the belt?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just says that because, he lost, but he will still retain the title.
Okay.
I'm almost certain it's for the belt.
Okay. Either which way. Yeah, so Edge has Lita now.
Yep.
Slowly over the past couple weeks, Lita has felt kind of
Alienated.
pushed to the side, by SmackDown management, by her friends on SmackDown. Damn you, Mark Henry. This is all your fault.
Kind of is.
Fucking Mark, man. If he had just let her wrestle with him, this would have been all okay.
Well, I don't know about that. This was a long time coming, I think one way or another, this was always going to happen. But Mark was the straw. It just so happened to be the straw.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know the nature of these two, what their agreement is, but it would seem that Lita is helping out Edge currently. No real idea why. We still actually don't know. But she's going to do it here tonight. She's going to attempt to get involved. But Shelton Benjamin's gonna overcome that, and he's gonna get so close, and he's building momentum. It's feeling closer and closer and closer to being a new United States champion, and then Edge can hit him with the belt.
Yeah, Lita
just right
tosses
for the
Edge's
ref.
belt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Edge can look at the ref and just yell, "Disqualify me!" The ref's like,
and the referee will look very disgruntled. He's like, I don't want to do this, but well.
I'd say it's proper.
Cool. Yeah.
Edge retains the United States Championship. He's got the belt, he's got the briefcase, and he's got
the woman.
Yeah, I was trying to think of another B word, but
well,
now they say it out loud. Well, there it is.
He's got the belt, he's got the briefcase, he's got the bimbo. It's all he needs, Cole.
Triple B's. Anyways, Edge retains. We go back to looking at the celebrities in the crowd, and suddenly, they're fighting. They're fighting.
There is a brawl in the crowd.
We keep the camera on them for a little while, but eventually we're like, all right, we should probably move on. They are probably still fighting.
Fight forever.
Hey, remember when Chris Masters won a ticket? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
He did the Master Lock Challenge, and he beat up some kid who saved up all his money for a Summerslam ticket. And Chris took it. Good times.
Yep. Now he's using it.
Yeah, he's here.
It's a good ticket.
Very cool.
It's like 3 rows back. It's got a good view.
We got a big recap of Eddie versus Chavo, Guerrero versus Guerrero, Warrior versus Warrior. These two have had 2 matches on TV, both of which Chavo Guerrero has won. Eddie Guerrero has convinced himself somehow that Chavo wants to phase him out, wants to push him away, wants to keep him out of the limelight. That Chavo now, for some reason, has adapted these egomaniacal tendencies during Eddie's time away. And from everything we've seen, that's just not true. Chavo is just... He's just wrestling, man. He's just doing his thing. He's a higher profile wrestler than I think Eddie Guerrero really wants to give him credit for. And that credit he is being given by the SmackDown front office. And yet, you know, Eddie can't see it that way, man. He can't accept that. And I mean, there have been numerous attempts from Rey Mysterio, from Eddie's own wife, Vicky, who I forgot to set at ringside for this match, but it's okay, because it wouldn't matter anyways, so just pretend she's there. I don't feel like doing it, because, again, it wouldn't affect anything anyways. She's not going to get involved, so she's there, she's watching.
Yep. Like a hawk.
Yeah, there's been attempts to get these two to bring it back together. The Bashams didn't have a contender for tonight. If they had just gotten over their differences, they probably could have made a solid pitch for it.
Yep.
Wasn't meant to be. Instead, in the final appeal that Vicky Guerrero gave the two of them on SmackDown this Thursday, Eddie Guerrero revealed that he wanted to fight Chavo Guerrero at SummerSlam. Not in just any regular matchup, but in a ladder match. And with the stakes being the deed to the Guerrero family ranch, the symbol of the patriarch of the Guerrero family, the head warrior, the leader of the clan, if you will. And
the Ultimate Warrior, might say.
Yeah, the title of Ultimate Warrior. And tonight, these two, uncle and nephew, fight for a 3rd time, possibly a final time. Who's coming out on top?
Money. It's on Vicky.
Vicky crawls up, takes it. She's the matriarch now.
Yep.
There's definitely an angle in there somewhere if you want to
There
take
definitely
it.
was.
There definitely was, wasn't there? Wow. Anyways.
We couldn't decide who we wanted to win this either, so...
Yep. In an exceptional match, Chavo Guerrero defeats Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match when Chavo Guerrero retrieves the item. 3-0 for Chavo against Eddie.
Eddie just can't beat the Bashams and also Chavo.
Yeah, weird number of people Eddie Guerrero can't beat. Triple H, no problem. Randy Orton, no problem. Shawn Michaels, no problem. Kurt Angle, no problem. Chavo, oh my god, help me. The Bashams, no fucking chance. Don't even start the conversation. But Chavo Guerrero does it. And
He's the patriarch, I guess.
And afterwards, these two warriors, battered and bruised.
Oh.
Chavo looks at Eddie, and Eddie looks at Chavo, and there's this sense of clarity, this sense of maybe Eddie's finally accepting it. Chavo is that good.
Yeah.
And maybe there's even some pride on Eddie's face, the realization that his nephew is better, and then that the Guerrero family has the strongest leader possible.
Yeah.
And the two embrace in the ring.
Beautiful.
And we see Eddie Guerrero's face suddenly turn from that prideful look to a look of just absolute emotionless nothing.
Oh.
As he knees Chavo Guerrero square in the balls, pushes him off of him, looks down at his fallen nephew, and flips him off. Stares at him for the longest time as Vicky yells, "Excuse me! What the hell just happened? Excuse me!" at ringside. The birth of a supervillain. the real villain being created is on the outside. But yeah, Eddie just leaves. Eddie just leaves.
Despicable.
Son of a bitch, man. I mean, I think we had known for a little while that maybe Eddie Guerrero wasn't the person we had always thought he was. And I think to Eddie's credit, I think that's because, yeah, we were overlooking some things. When he was fighting Triple H and he was fighting Randy Orton, I think we were overlooking the fact that Eddie sometimes he's very much in his own head. He's very much his own person. He very much believes what he believes. And now that we're seeing it conflict against somebody that we care about, that Eddie should care about, I think we're starting to realize that, Eddie Guerrero is not any man's hero.
Well, I think, with how much the fans have taken to Los Guerreros, and especially Eddie last year and Chavo on SmackDown, everyone here in the audience felt that they were maybe a little part of the Guerrero family.
Ooh.
And seeing how Eddie is treating Chavo makes us feel like, a member of our family is getting ousted.
I guess that's sad. Eddie, because Chavo has the deed still, so...
Yeah, which we're all happy about, but
yeah,
we were hoping Eddie would rejoin the fold.
Yeah.
But, it's clear that's not going to happen.
Terrible.
Now he's going to start a branch family and take a bunch of kingdoms in Ireland, and we're going to have to assassinate him. Big thing.
What a terrible situation.
Yeah.
If I hire the hitman, he says, next 5 months? Sounds good to me, honestly.
Dude.
Palmer Cannon makes a big announcement. Puddy, go ahead.
I hope you're all having a good night.
We're not, especially after that.
I have some unfortunate news. After consultation with the WWE medical team and the network's lawyers, I'm afraid I have to cancel Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton.
Oh, man, now I'm fucking pissed. I can't believe this show. This show is really falling apart, man.
Sad.
Los Guerreros is done. Shawn Michaels can't wrestle. Next thing you're going to tell me is that the Bashrams aren't even on the card.
Oh. Let's move on. Oh,
I'm Johnny Ace, and I'm here backstage with William Regal and The Big Show. What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about our match tomorrow night on Raw.
Okay.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, bye.
There you go.
Okay, Tucker had no interest in this angle when we're booking it and no interest when we're running it, so that seems good.
Nope. Moving on. There we go.
Last man standing.
Last man standing. Nat Hart with the new focus. She has Tori Wilson now. Tori Wilson has expanded her operation. She talked to Nat Hart. Nat Hart had won the number one contendership. She was going to SummerSlam to fight Trish Stratus once again. And yet these questions kept popping up. What's different? What's different? What's different? At every corner, people kept asking Nat Hart why she felt like this time was her time. And Tori Wilson gave her that answer. Because this time, she had somebody else handling the paperwork. Somebody else handling the day-to-day business operations. Handling her taxes. My God. Could you imagine?
The press conference. Nat's least favorite part of a pay-per-view. Tori did it for her.
Yeah. Nat Hart is able to focus entirely on the ring. And I'm not saying that's the reason that she won this match and is currently now the women's champion. But I'm sure that didn't hurt.
3-time women's champion, let's not forget.
Indeed. Backstage, we hear Bobby Lashley. He mentions something about how he has a very important medal in his locker room. Muhammad Hassan and Daivari, who brushed shoulders with Bobby this last Monday on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Hassan claiming that Bobby Lashley had sold out to the corrupt Uncle Sam, to Big America, if you will.
That's a Big Show Muhammad Hassan tag team.
Big America. Hassan and Daivari decide to steal Bobby Lashley's medal, and using Daivari's small size, they're able to do it. Bobby Lashley comes back, and his medal is gone, and he is enraged. See you tomorrow.
Tuck, you don't sell yourself short. You need to use your famous metaphor from when we were booking this.
Daivari is much like Kazooie of famed tag team Banjo-Kazooie.
Perfect.
He gets into special places.
Shawn Michaels is in Coach's office saying, "Coach, I'm fired." I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, coach. You gotta let me wrestle. My head's all good and stuff. All right. I can beat Randy Orton. Coach is like, yeah, Sean, you sure seem
I don't know about
fine.
that one, player.
But listen, I think it's best if you just take the night off, Sean. Randy's a dangerous opponent. Nobody's gonna look down on you because you couldn't compete. I know, I'm a former Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, coach says that, obviously, Sean, it's not going to affect you at all. You couldn't wrestle tonight. We're not going to, you're not going to get a loss for this if that's what matters to you. We can always do it again down the road. I think it's best if Sean just goes home and gets himself right, and we'll try it again in a week or two. You know what I mean? It's fine. It can happen on a Raw. It doesn't matter.
There's a pay-per-view in 4 weeks, Sean.
Yeah, we got space. Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be okay. Oh,
There's a musical performance.
from Fozzy with Hulk Hogan.
Backup vocalist.
It's beautiful, I'm sure.
Or co-singer, depending on, who you ask.
Hey, Carlito!
Beats JBL.
Yeah, so when we were in Puerto Rico, JBL called it Puerto Rico. Carlito took exception to that. He's from the islands. He's an island boy. So Carlito embraced the fans for the first time in his fairly short WWE career, going against the base racists instead of siding with them.
True.
JBL, he attempted to have Carlito deported until learning that Puerto Rico was technically part of America, and thus he literally could not be deported. But here we are, and Carlito gets the last laugh. Backstabber. Ow, my knees.
Ow, my back.
Yeah. Simon Dean comes down to the ring with Dean Collective associate Spike Dudley. And Dean attempts to peddle his products. How did you say Chris Master? What was Chris Masters? He's just gonna go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Masters is in the audience. These guys have been they've been feuding lately. And he is sick and tired, as everyone is. And as the crowd start to chant boring and get the fuck out and shit like that, Masters will take matters into his own hands, jump the barricade, and go beat the shit out of Simon Dean.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, is definitely a chant that will ring out.
Hero.
Randy Orton comes to the ring and says, Sean, nobody's going to hold it against you except all of these people who you failed because you couldn't compete here tonight. But you know what, Sean? Think of it like a blessing in disguise. You got off lucky. If you had competed tonight, things could have gone a whole lot worse for you. So, Mike, I'm claiming my forfeit victory. Start the count. And as Kyoto reaches 6, Shawn Michaels' music plays.
And here we fucking go.
But he's not right, Tucker.
Oh.
He's wobbling on his way to the ring. He's not right at all. And as he gets into the ring, the match begins. Orton is dominating in the open. Eventually, Shawn gets his hope spot, his comeback spot. And he goes up to the top rope for an elbow drop. But he falls. No Orton hitting the ropes or anything. Shawn just falls off the rope. His knee buckle.
My knees.
Ref checks on him. Calls to the bell. It's over. Shawn kind of can't respond.
Oh my god.
This match should never have even started.
What a terrible happening. There's going to be lawsuits about this, I'm sure.
Shawn Michaels was not cleared to compete by anybody. For all intents and purposes, this was an unsanctioned match.
Oh no.
Orton's not done. Afterwards, he continues the beatdown, the destruction of Shawn Michaels, who's already at least got one concussion. Hits him with the RKO, smiles sadistically. He goes to the corner of the ring, stares down a barely conscious Shawn Michaels, intent in his eyes, a coolness and a coldness. The same coldness we saw at the end of Vengeance. But down the ramp comes Shawn's wife, Rebecca, who has been on Raw these last few weeks in various capacities to tend to her husband. And with a civilian now involved, Orton, who was perhaps about to do something unthinkable, leaves with his victory. Victoria speaks for 2 minutes without a script. Tucker had no interest in coming up with anything for the second.
Nope.
And neither did I.
Fair enough. Let's go.
Yep. She's over. Go ahead.
Oh, me, yeah.
WWE versus WCW.
Yeah, the final chapter here is Sting appeared in the rafters, challenging The Undertaker. These two have teleported around each other a lot, and it built to this match where no teleporting, unfortunately, just fighting. The Undertaker reaps the final soul of WCW. It's finally over.
Rest in peace.
Maybe The Undertaker can finally rest. Maybe. See you on Thursday.
We've just got back-to-back main events here.
Yeah. I'm next. Kurt Angle. Dave Bautista. Who's going to be world champion? Nice.
And still.
You got any...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be mostly just a back and forth, standard Kurt Angle match. Kurt's going to have to help Batista a lot to extend this out to 15 minutes, a little bit of Kurt Angle working down Dave's legs, trying to make sure to take that power away from him, trying to make sure he doesn't have that base to perform his big Batista bomb from. But Dave's too strong. Dave is too strong. He's one of the most powerful and dominant champions of the era, and after a little while, hits him with some clothesline, spinebuster, Batista bomb, 1, 2, 3, and still.
Good shit, Big Dave. And now, it's time for the main event.
Absolutely.
John Cena's biggest challenge yet.
Oh, 100%.
Can Chris Benoit make it back to the mountaintop?
A year to the day that he lost the title.
Here we go. The answer is no.
Is no. Also, I want him to win by pinfall, just so everybody knows.
Sure.
So I definitely think Benoit should be all over Cena for most of this, countering a lot of his moves into submissions, just completely ending every sequence on top. And Cena at some point will hit an FU just to gain some space, just to gain some distance. Oh, goalkeeper just scored. Okay, sorry. Just to gain some space, just to gain some distance. But he won't be able to pick up the win. He won't be able to. He climbs onto Benoit maybe like a good 20 seconds after he hits the FU, and obviously that's not. Give Benoit enough time to kick out. I like to think from there, both guys have kind of lost enough that it turns into a slugfest, just punch after punch. And like Benoit promised Cena, Benoit's jaw doesn't break, and they're unable to finish each other off, unable to hit that knockout blow. But they've just lost everything. And Benoit's there just like, finish me. And Cena will pick him up for an FU. Do you have anything else for this match?
Not at all.
Cool.
It's exactly pretty much how I'd lay it out.
Benoit will go to do, he looks a bit disappointed, but he summons that courage, go do his Be a Man stick and welcome the next generation like he did last year. And as he goes to do so, Cena's already there with his arm extended. And Benoit looks at him with an immense amount of pride and respect. John Cena and Batista passed the tests. They're real. No doubt about it.
Boom. Boom.
Boom, boom.
Nice. Okay, make the speech real quick. Who do we want to talk to?
Well, you seemed really impressed by Renee, so why don't we compliment him?
Sure.
because he did do well. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. Let's talk to... who the fuck overperformed tonight?
If you can't think of anyone, then Cena and Batista are entering a big period in their career, and they had a good night.
Yep, let's talk to them. Great performance and great performance. We got a scene pleased, a scene pleased, and a scene pleased. I'm going to quickly throw up our credits.
Yep.
Our one credit still.
Yep, if you're interested in joining, then of course you can head over to Patreon, where permanent place on the credits is awarded for a tier 3 Patreon subscription. They get confirmed whenever we upload a pay-per-view, so I don't know how it works exactly, but so long as we, as long as you go through a cycle being a tier 3 patron, then you should end up on here forever.
Yep. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say, Puddy?
I'm very delighted at what I just saw elsewhere, and I thought this was a good show. So thank you all for watching. We're entering a very... I say this every now and then. I hope I don't say it too much, but I do think we're entering a very different period of the series after this show, and I am excited to continue going.
Yep.
We've been pretty consistent over on Twitch lately, so we should be getting you a new pay-per-view in 2 weeks max.
Yeah, in the description below, we've got a link to the Patreon, where you can, get yourself on that credits list if you want, or just in general support us doing our stupid shit. There is a link to Puddy's Twitch, twitch.tv/Matsudiro, whichever the fuck. It's where we streamed us booking this. I'm pretty sure this is still currently live right now at the moment that we're talking, right? We're still live on Twitch right now, right?
We're still live on Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought that's how you were doing it. I just wasn't totally sure. I'd never confirmed that. But yes.
Yeah, what happens, in case anyone's curious, is that we'll record live, and then I record it on my side because I think there is a different experience you get from my side. One, you get to see the booking, and two, I have the music and everything, and I also have my camera on over on Twitch. But whenever we finish, I private the VOD, not to cannibalize the Patreon or anything like that. The VOD then goes back up when we release this video. So if you're interested in how we booked it, the Summerslam VOD, if you're watching this on YouTube, is up right now on the Twitch. You just have to go back a little to see it.
Right on. And so, yeah, that's where we do all of our TVs and stuff like that. So, if you ever wanted to follow along a little bit more closely, where we've got a pretty good pace at this point. Pretty good schedule, honestly. So yeah, come over there and come hang out or something like that. And then yeah, of course we've got Puddy's YouTube as well down there. But that nobody does that anymore. That's ridiculous. Yeah, thanks so much, of course, for watching. Thanks for the continued support as always on these. Yeah, I think that'll do it for us, and for SummerSlam 2005, we'll catch you next time for. Unforgiven. Yeah. Raw's Unforgiven. Yeah.
Raw's Unforgiven.
All right. See you then. This is Siltuck. Signing out.